Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here with me. Another cooking class is sponsored by Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies. And today I am dedicating this class, of course, Thanksgiving. I'm going to make three amazing dishes, super simple, healthy, and delicious because it doesn't matter how healthy they are. If you don't like them, you will not eat them. So I'm going stuffed pumpkin, baked apples, and a simple salad with pomegranate. If you've never seen a pomegranate, today you're going to know how to open it. My name is Chef Dulce Jimenez. I am helping moms to be and individuals to eat for good health by cooking more often at home. Plan forward dishes, and plan forward means that the plans are the stars of the menus or the meals. That doesn't mean you cannot eat any animal products, but animal products are animal or sometimes not even needed. In this case, we're going to honor the turkey on Thanksgiving, but you can stuff your turkey with vegetables and goodies like wild rice or other grains and vegetables. Let's start by preparing the first dish, which is the stuffed pumpkins. These are amazing. You see all these pumpkins usually for decoration, but they are not for decoration. This one, for example, is called Carnival. It has a very distinctive flavor. It's very sweet. This one is organic, but you can find them conventional. But this is a carnival one. It's very cute to open the top and fill it, stuff it. This one is delicata. I love this one. So I'm making one delicata stuff. These are also very delicate in flavor. Whatever flavor you give, that's what you will be tasting. I love this one as well. This one is the cabocha. This is sweet. This is amazing for soups. I love cabocha for soup. This one is great for roasting with spices and real maple syrup. And this is the one that we usually carve for Halloween, right? But this is a beautiful pumpkin. This one is pie pumpkin. Usually know this as calabaza. And this was the one that my grandma used to use for her beans and for soups. This is amazing for soup as well. So each one has their own distinctive flavor, and some are better for soup, some are better roasted. The ones that has less flavor are better roasting because when you roast any vegetable, the flavor gets intensified and they get sweeter as well. If you try a pumpkin that is very bland, it is good to roast them with spices in the oven or roast them and use them for salads because that way they will not take away from the other ingredients that you're putting in the salad. So I am making the cabocha and the delicata, right? I'm going to teach you how to open this one. I use a small knife. I don't use my chef knife because it could be dangerous. I open little incisions. Depends on how hard they are. Some of them are really hard. Always away from my fingers. I'm opening just the top because I'm going to fill it up. Ending up is a little bit better. So you make little incisions and then go back with a knife, just making sure you are away from the knife. And then you push it and you can get it open. Right? I always work with a bowl where I put my garbage. I'm going to keep the cover. I'm not going to throw away the well, this one I open it a little bit bigger. And whatever I take, I'm going to use it for the stuffing. Now you're going to take with a spoon all the seeds out. Now, very simple. This is ready to stuff. What you do when you have have pumpkins already washed, you will roast them for 15 to 20 minutes with a little bit of water so they get soft. You can do that a day in advance and have your pumpkins already soft, ready to fill, and then rebake them. Rebake mine. They are soft to the touch. That's the way it should be. They should be soft to the touch. You don't have to put anything, just water in the baking dish. Then you can check them. If the water evaporates, you can put a little bit. I'm going to leave this one here because now I'm going to make the stuffing. I'm going to use aromatics. And you know what aromatics are? Onions, garlic, which I already have chopped and crushed. I'm going to use a little bit of compound butter. So what is compound butter? Compound butter is a butter that you put some garlic and onions and maybe fresh herbs, and you process in the food processor and you keep it in your fridge. So I have this compound butter already done for almost 3 weeks, and I keep them in little containers like this or in a bag. I put them in the freezer, and before Thanksgiving, I take them out and I use it for my turkey or for whatever I'm cooking. In this case, I'm going to use the compound butter to cook my stuffing. I'm going to add cranberry, roasted and toasted pumpkin seeds. With no salt, I will use maybe goat cheese, feta cheese, or even manchego cheese, whatever cheese you have on hand. We're going to use some walnuts. The star of the stuffing is Brussels sprouts. These are little cabbages. These are amazing. I always serve them for Thanksgiving. They are in season right now, and you can eat them raw, you can roast them, you can boil them in a pot full of salt and water, and have them with a dressing. I love them with balsamic dressing, a little bit of olive oil, and maple syrup. It goes really well with nuts and roasted vegetables. I love to use a little bit of maple in my vegetables when I want that little bit of sweetness, because these are a little bit bitter. Some people don't like them because they're a little bit bitter. But when you appreciate them and their versatility, I know you're going to find a way to make them good for you. The stuffing also has wild rice, but in this case, I'm having a combination of grains, which is this one. You can find it online. You can get it online. This is called Super Grain. It's a blend of organic white and red quinoa, millet, and buckwheat. And you can make this one. You can make it with only quinoa, or you can make it with a combination of wild rice and brown rice. So honestly, whatever grain you have. And so this is already cooked. The grain is already cooked. After the fact, I like to have a bowl of these things for the week. I always have it in my freezer for this, or wild rice, or quinoa, or brown rice. I always have it in with those grains. You even use this for breakfast. This is delicious with a little bit of yogurt and as well. So today is going to be the start of our. Let's prepare the Brussels sprouts. I'm just going to make them very simple. I'm just going to take the end, a little bit of the end, but I'm not even going to let them separate. And I'm going to shred them. You can make this in a food processor, or you can shred them by hand. Taking time doing this by hand, I think I impart more of my love and my good energies to the food when I do everything by hand. I have my Brussels sprouts here. I just have a little bit because I'm just making 2 pumpkins tonight, but of course, if you're gonna make this for your Thanksgiving meal, so you better do this in a food processor, so you don't spend. So you have to use Brussels sprouts. And the answer is no, never. In a recipe, you don't have to always use this certain ingredients. Only baking. Baking is mostly a science, but cooking is not. Cooking is an art. Say you don't like Brussels sprouts, you can put kale, you can put cabbage, you can put any other ingredients that will make that bulky plant full of nutrients, green, oxygen, chlorophyll, and nutrients, and fiber. You can actually add broccoli or cauliflower, whatever other vegetables you like. So no. And when you make my recipes, I always tell you the same thing. My recipes are a guide. Feel free to substitute ingredients. For example, if you are allergic to walnuts, you can use pumpkin seeds. And if you want to avoid having walnuts or nuts in your meal, just add seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, and pumpkin. I have the Brussels sprouts in here, and I'm going to chop little pieces of pumpkin that were leftovers. I'm gonna put that in my stuffing. Okay, I have all my ingredients cooked. Now we're going to start cooking. I have my stove, medium high. I always cook with water or stock. Here I'm gonna put a little bit of stock and then I'm gonna start with the aromatics. And the aromatics are onions and garlic. And I know I have the butter in here, but if I put that butter now, I will have to put more. So what I do is when I have the vegetables and stuff cooked, I just put a touch of the butter to keep the flavor and silkiness. I never cook with oils and butter at the beginning. The first thing we're adding is the onion, always. Usually onion goes first because I am not following a recipe here. I invite you to make your onion because onion gives a lot of flavor and nutrients. And red onions is fantastic to boost your immune. When you're cooking the aromatics, that's the time to bloom your spices. So what it means blooming? Blooming is I'm going to awaken them to taste better. Usually this is done with oil, but when you're cooking without oil, you do it right here. I'm adding some turmeric, more paprika, and a little bit of chili powder, garlic powder. I'm blooming my spices. The spices are usually added at the beginning of cooking, and herbs are added at the end. However, not hard herbs. So this is basil, soft herbs. This is cilantro. These are soft herbs. Scallions, soft herbs. Thyme, the hard herbs. Okay. Means that when you put it in your mouth, this is very hard and very pungent. These ones you can eat them like that. They're very soft. You can put it in a salad, soft herbs. They're delicious. They're pungent as well, but they're soft. If you put these ones, they're very hard. So hard herbs are added at the beginning of the cooking process. So right now, I'm adding my thyme. So you never let your aromatics dry. At the same time you're blooming your spices, you're adding your hard herbs. So if I will put rosemary, is another hard herb. Thyme is a lot used for poultry, for Thanksgiving. Okay, now I have this. I'm gonna add my Brussels sprouts. As I said, Brussels sprouts, you don't have to cook them that much. This is stuffing, this is going into the oven. I'm gonna put the cranberry now because I want the cranberry to also bloom a little bit. Take a little, I want the dry cranberries to also bloom as well. Oh, this is gonna be so delicious inside the pumpkin. You want the stuffing to have a lot of flavor. So when I cut into that pumpkin, my stuffing is gonna be very flavorful. I want crunchiness and I want texture and I want a lot of flavor. So I'm going to add whatever grain you're using. If you're using wild rice or quinoa, whatever. So for full, I'm gonna. So this is not so pain. You make it stages because if you're not building up in there, I put a little bit of the pumpkin seeds. You can have wine or vinegar. I'm gonna put some vinegar, and I love apple cider vinegar. So this is gonna wake up all the flavors. I love pepper. You can eat this like this. So this is done. Brussels sprout, you don't need to cook them that much. I'm gonna turn off the heat. Very simple stuffing. There you have it. Most delicious. Okay. Now, tasting, guys. I always tell you to taste. I'm gonna try to take a little bit of each thing. Let me make sure I'm doing good enough. The chili pepper that I put in there, very little of the Brussels sprouts, you cannot even taste them, and a little bit of the thyme. So I'm gonna put a little bit more thyme. It's a mild flavor, so I'm gonna get up a notch. I'm gonna add some scallions. The family of the scallion is onions, garlic. I love to use my handy dandy scissors. This is gonna give it a more oniony and garlicky flavor. I have basil. I'm gonna put some basil also. Let's make this baby flavorful. Usually, like if I'm gonna put basil in my salad, I don't put it in the stuffing too. I try to do like different herbs and different meals because then you will have everything tasting the same. And in Thanksgiving, if you're gonna make 5 dishes, you don't want the 5 dishes to have the exact same flavor. We season it. Going to blend it more. Flavors. Oh wow, it's so beautiful. Now it's good. Now the flavors have to pop because if not, they're gonna be very blind, not blind, bland. I'm blind too. When you take them out of your pumpkin. Okay, so now let's stuff the pumpkins. And we pumpkin. This is kombucha, and so I'm going to put a little bit of the herb water, just a touch. You can put olive oil as well. Keep it even lighter. Little canoes. And you eat them with the skin. Very nutritious and a lot of fiber. Lots and lots of fiber. Have for one more. The one I cut to teach you how to cut it. Perfect. What I'm going to do is you can add some cheddar cheese or cheese. And I'm add some. I love this cheese or white cheddar. I'm gonna put a little bit of white cheddar on top. You can put a little bit now and then a little bit more later. I'm gonna have this for about 20 to 25 minutes in the oven. It's so easy. You can have the pumpkins prepared the day before, or even 2 days before. Okay, so here you have it. The other ones don't have top, so actually, really good. I'm gonna cook the top, so good for the decoration. Okay, so here you have it. This is the pumpkin, they're filled. One is empty because that one wasn't pre-cooked. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes until the pumpkins are really soft. You can eat the skin. Let's Now I'm gonna make a very simple dessert that also goes in the oven. Every time I'm using the oven, I try to do one, two, or even three dishes. As much as I can put in the oven. I have to use that heat. This is a very cool recipe because it's delicious, nourishing, sweet, and it's like apple pie. But you don't have to eat all that flour. So bake apples with raisins, golden raisins. This goes with cranberries because I'm putting cranberries in my stuffing. I tried to use something else. I could have used tart cherries, which is delicious as well. Actually, I'm gonna put a little bit of tart cherries. They're amazing. And the point is that each of these ingredients have different nutrition, different nutrients. So number one, you want variety, and number two, you also want get the different nutrients from the different plants ingredients that you use. So if you put only cranberry in everything, you're getting those nutrients that the cranberry will offer you. If you add different ingredients in different dishes, of course, you're getting a full range of nutrition. So I'm going to mix the raisins and the cranberries here. I'm going to use walnuts and I'm going to use both lemon juice, put in the apples so they don't become brown, they're oxidized. That is the word. And I have a little bit of apple juice. This is store bought, clean apple juice, organic, nothing else. I'm going to add a little bit of apple cider, just a touch, to brighten the flavors. We go in the bottom of my apple. So I'm going to peel just the top, like a third, two-thirds of the apple. Okay. You can use rice meat. I'm going to take the fork, knife, very careful, so you don't cut yourself. Always away from you. Like the pumpkin, I'm going to make the center of my apple. Okay. I'm trying to get the fork without breaking the apple. It's here. The smells when you bake in this are amazing. You can use the steam to boil it in water with spices and the skin of oranges, and you boil that, and your foam is gonna smell amazing. I'm gonna take the top and the fork. Again, you can do little cuts and go deeper, like we did with the pumpkin. Okay, if you leave a little bit of the fork. This is gonna bake pretty fast, so this is cool. You can even have the apples already done. Line. If you put too much sugar, or if you put a lot of syrup, or you have to be careful. We're trying not to do that. We're gonna leave the tops to put it on. Now I'm going to chop the nuts. You can select again if anybody is allergic to nuts. I'm going to chop everything together. The nuts and the dried raisin apples. juice, vinegar at the bottom, just a little bit. I'm gonna keep some out just in case. So I'm gonna cut out because it's very difficult for me to sending it. And you can do this in a food processor again, making a lot. If you use my knife, always when you're using your knife, this is the cut or chopping. Chop, chop. Your hands on top, you know, cut your fingers are off. This is pumpkin pie spice. This is homemade. I make this one and it has ground cloves, lemon, and a little bit of ginger, allspice. You can buy all of them and then make it homemade, or you can just buy it already done. So I'm gonna season the nuts and the mixture in there. I don't want to paint. You want to feel the texture. You put a little bit of the salt will bring the flavors out. One of the things that salt does is bring the flavors out. Okay. The mix to the dessert, to the apple, peel, and this is half a tablespoon, so I'm going to put about a teaspoon of maple. And mix that. That right there is delicious. This is real maple syrup. Is this? And if you want, we make it a little bit bigger. You're gonna put about 2 teaspoons of the mixture, but you're gonna put it really, really push. Here, you can eat that alone. This is delicious. So what I'm going to do with this little bit, it's almost done. I'm gonna sprinkle it again. So you have all that goodie. Now we're gonna bake it 15 more minutes or as long as my pumpkins are in the oven, I will be baking the apples as well. And you're gonna smell how delicious and you're gonna know when they're ready because they're gonna be soft. They don't have to be too soft, it's up to you. I like them with some crunchy and al dente, so it's up to you. My apple is baking and my pumpkin is baking. I want to teach you one more thing in this class, and it is how to open a pomegranate. Pomegranates are in season right now, and they're amazing for a salad. In the recipe package that I gave you for being in this class, or if you're watching it on video, you can email me and get the package. Um, it has a recipe with spinach and herbs and some spring mix. I love to make it with spinach and watercress. Watercress is very, very nutritious and a lot of nutrition. Also, I add some feta cheese. It's very simple. Greens, herbs, it could be basil, chives, and cilantro if you want, but usually I don't a lot of cilantro in my Thanksgiving dishes. So this will really brighten the salad. This will be like the ingredient that will shine along with the feta cheese. You can also add fresh white cheese crumble and a simple vinaigrette with lemon. The salad for Thanksgiving should be very, very simple and really delicious. This is a pomegranate. People are very afraid of dealing with pomegranate. It's a little bit tricky. But I always like it fresh because when you buy the seed, they taste like rancid and not great. So you can up at the top, you can expose the little gems. All the juice is delicious. I cut it in quarters. Let me get a container so I can do it right away. And remove the deliciousness of pomegranate. Let's save it in the container. You have to keep it in the fridge. I don't want to lose the juice. This juice is so nutrient dense and you don't want to lose it. You want to drink that juice. So these are the little gems of a pomegranate. Have you used a pomegranate before? And if you haven't, give it a try. These little seeds are edible. They're crunchy, juicy. It's very simple to use. You cut it in quarters. Very simple to take out. They will come out. You just open it a little bit and you pile them. See how they're coming out? They're going everywhere. Take them out. Very simple. And when you put all this little gem on top of your salad, they look so colorful. You take the skin, like a little membrane, then you see all the clusters. You can take them with your hands. So simple. So simple. And you're getting them fresh. See? That's it. Super simple. There are people that are very inventive. They use everything. I bet somebody have created something with that part. Look at this little gems. I love it. You can put it in yogurt or in your salad. And for Thanksgiving, if I don't have a lot of people, I like to do individual salads. I get small plates, put a piece of feta cheese or goat cheese in the bottom. Then I mix the greens with the herbs and a little bit of dressing. I season it with salt and pepper. Then I put the greens. Then I put the pomegranate on top because you don't want to dump it in a bowl because it will disappear in the bottom. So you always want to put your pomegranates on top. Then you can put some cheese or you can put some nuts. I love with sliced almond or roasted walnuts or toasted pumpkin seeds. So you can put anything you want and you will never go wrong with it. I usually keep them in the refrigerator. So when you're serving your salad, it's already cold. And it gives a really nice touch. So you can mix all of this in a bowl, but because I'm just serving one, so you see it, I'm gonna put it in the plate. A little bit of spinach, a little bit of watercress. Watercress is very peppery, like arugula. So it will go really well with the sweetness of the pomegranate. I put some basil. It has to be a soft herb. Basil is gonna be really good. I love using kitchen scissors because they facilitate your work. Now I'm gonna add cheese on top. Very simple salad, but it's so good. I only wanted seeds. And you want plenty of those in your salad. That's the start of the salad. And I'm going to add ice almonds. That's it. Look how gorgeous. See how cute? And you have two different greens, actually three with the herbs, a cheese, a nut, and a fruit. This is really good, really plain, and very simple. So how you make the vinaigrette and have some lemon juice or apple cider in here. A little bit of apple cider, a little bit of maple, and a little bit of olive oil. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Alvin is telling me that broccoli is ready. And that's a vinaigrette. Very simple. Baked it with the the apple juice actually, and let it cook for another 10 minutes until they're softer. Look how beautiful. And the smells are amazing. Beautiful, simple, delicious salad made with mixed greens, pomegranate seeds, feta or goat cheese, and sliced almonds. You can also add sliced pears or apples, and with a simple lemon vinaigrette or apple cider vinaigrette. And these are gems. You can use this pomegranate seeds for yogurt or for anything else. You can top it with in your stuffings and whatever you want. Also, we made tonight an amazing stuffed delicata pumpkin and kabocha pumpkin with mixed grains and quinoa, spices, herbs, a little bit of feta cheese on top, and scallions. These are amazing side dishes for your Thanksgiving meal and a healthy dessert. You can eat this with a little bit of yogurt, coconut cream, or whipped cream, or even ice cream. It's Thanksgiving, and I wish you a wonderful time with your family. Remember that the food is important, but it's not the most important. That day is a day to spend time with families and laugh and love and dance. And remember, why are we really grateful for? And I am grateful for you. I am grateful for having this opportunity to cook from my kitchen and have you in my kitchen every single week. If you're here because you found me on YouTube, and remember, I have a lot of classes on YouTube, and I do this because I love it. I am passionate, and I truly believe that wellness starts in the kitchen. All these dishes are made with no oils, no refined sugars, no flours. I wish you're here that you can try them. They're really delicious. Explore a little, enjoy, and I hope to see you next time in one of my classes. God bless you.